Lesson 2. The Wise Caliph. Introduction. Harun al-Rashid was born on 17th March 763 at Ray near Tehran, a territory of Iran. He was the third son of Muhammad al-Mahdi, the third Abbasid Caliph. His father Muhammad al-Mahdi died in 785 and his brother al-Hadi assumed the throne. Al-Hadi, however, died mysteriously in September 786. At the age of 23, he assumed the throne. He established an enormous library in Baghdad. He also founded the first observatory in the world. He was very wise, just, and intelligent caliph. He was died in the age of 46 in 809. Lesson 2. The Wise Caliph. Reading. The Caliph Harun al-Rashid was known and respected for his justice and wisdom. The Caliph Harun al-Rashid was known and respected for his justice and wisdom. The Caliph Harun al-Rashid was known and respected for his justice and wisdom. The Caliph Harun al-Rashid was known and respected for his justice and wisdom. At night he would disguise himself as a common man and go through the streets of Baghdad. He would mingle with the common people in order to gain first-hand knowledge of their difficulties and problems. He would mingle with the common people in order to gain first-hand knowledge of their difficulties and problems. Why did Caliph Harun al-Rashid known and respected for? The Caliph Harun al-Rashid was known and respected for his justice and wisdom. Where did Caliph Harun al-Rashid go at night? Caliph Harun al-Rashid went through the streets of Baghdad at night. What was the purpose of going through the streets of Baghdad at night? Caliph Harun al-Rashid wanted to keep himself well informed about his people. How are they living? What are they facing and how to solve their problems. One day, when he was holding the court, two men were brought before him. One of them was well dressed and appeared to be a well-to-do, respectable citizen, while the other seemed to be a beggar because he was enraged. These two men were holding between them a white beautiful horse. The Qazi approached the Caliph and said to him,
O leader of the faithful, I have brought before you a dispute which I couldn't settle. It is a difficult case, but I am certain that with your knowledge and wisdom, you will pronounce a just decision.
What is the dispute?
These two men here are fighting over this horse. Each one of them claims and swears that this horse is his.
Step forward and let's hear what you have to say.
Lesson 2. The Wise Caliph. New words. Court. Before. Well dressed. Brought. Citizen. While. Seem. Raise. Approach. Dispute. Settle. Certain. Pronounce. Just. Decision. How many people were brought before the Caliph? Two men were brought before the Caliph. How did they look like? They looked like a rich man and a beggar. Those two men had a different appearance. One of them was well dressed and looked like a rich man, while the second one was enraged and looked like a beggar. Why did not Qazi solve the case? According to Qazi, it was a difficult case. The Qazi told the Caliph that he couldn't solve the case because it was a difficult one. What was the case? Both the persons, rich man and the beggar, was claiming and swearing that the horse is his. Each one of them claimed and swore that the horse belonged to him. What was the case about? The case was about a beautiful horse. The case was about a beautiful white horse. Each one of them claims and swears that the horse is his. Who was ordered to talk first? The rich man was ordered to talk first. The Caliph ordered to the rich man that say whatever he wanted to say in regard to this case, or give your statement.
O leader of the faithful, I beg to believe me that whatever I say in your presence shall be the truth.
This morning when I was riding to the city, I saw this beggar limping along ahead of me. On hearing the sound of my horse's hoofs, he turned round and motioned to me to stop. I pulled the rein of my horse. He begged me to give him a ride up to the city gate. He was lame. I felt sorry for him, so I pulled him up behind me on the horse. When we reached the city gate, I stopped and turned round to help him get down. He refused to dismount. I was puzzled and gently told him to get down because we had reached the city gate. He said, "Why should I get down? I gave you a ride and now you want to rob me of my horse?"
O leader of the faithful, you are the helper and guardian of the poor. You are a wise and just Caliph. Have pity on me and save me from the cruelty and injustice of this rich man. I can swear that this horse is belonged to me. You must be thinking like everybody else in the court. How a beggar like me can afford to buy and keep such a fine horse? It is because of this horse that I am enraged. Whatever money I had, I spent on this horse. This morning, as I was coming to the city on my horse, I noticed this man walking along the road. When I came close to him, he stopped me and requested to lend him my horse, for he was in great hurry to reach the city. Of course, I could not lend my horse to a complete stranger, could I? Instead, I let him ride my horse while I sat behind him. As we reached the city gate, he asked me to get down and leave the horse to him. Such a fine horse should not belong to a beggar, he said. Now be off and don't you mention it to anyone. And even if you do, nobody is going to believe you. Now, sir, I beg you to save me from this robber and restore to me what is my own.
Who felt sorry and why? The rich man felt sorry for the beggar. What was the dispute between the rich man and the beggar? The dispute between the rich man and the beggar was about a white beautiful horse. What did the beggar tell the Caliph? The beggar praised the Caliph and told him he could swear that the horse was his. His poor condition is a cause for keeping this horse. On that morning he was coming to the city. The rich man walking along the road, he asked to lend the horse, but he couldn't lend the horse to an unknown person. Instead, he gave him a ride, but at the city, he scolded him and asked to leave the horse for him. What did the rich man tell the Caliph? The rich man told the Caliph that on that morning when he was coming to the city on his horse, the beggar was limping along the road. When I came closer to him, he signaled me to stop. I stopped. He requested him to give him a ride up to the city gate. He gave the ride to the beggar, but at the city gate, he refused to dismount. Furthermore, the beggar accused him for robbery.
I think this case is not very difficult to decide. I shall decide it in a minute. Tell these men to place their hands on the horse one by one. Let the beggar do it first.
When the beggar touched the horse, it winced, as if it did not like the touch of his hand. But at the touch of the rich man's hand, the horse snorted and neighed with pleasure.
This horse belongs to him. Give the horse to its master. You are a liar and a wicked man. You try to rob an honest and respectable citizen. You deserve severe punishment, but I shall be merciful and forgive you this time. If you beg forgiveness of this gentleman here,